Hello and welcome in this video in which we will discover the 12 shocking habits taken from the most successful people. Many people dream of knowing the habits of successful people. We all have a person in our lives who thrives in all areas of life. We discreetly and sometimes jealously observe his or her perfect world. However, we must not believe that success comes randomly. Success is only the result of very specific principles and actions. It is within the reach of all those who agree to make an effort to obtain it. Watch this video carefully until the very end because you will discover the 12 secrets of the most successful people in life. Just before, be sure to subscribe to our channel and do not forget to download your free book on changing your life by clicking on the link in the description below the video. Number 1. Set goals. Having clear goals. Success is unique to everyone. Everyone does not have the same desires. Some aspire to live in a house in the countryside, when others dream of living in a modern apartment in the city. Some aspire to be at the head of a large industrial company, when others only want to travel empty-handed around the world. As you understand, succeeding is only about reaching your goals. The society in which we live tends to impose common family and professional goals. But have you ever wondered if they really fit your deepest aspirations? The first thing successful people do is to clearly define their projects. To do so, take the time to think about the things you really want to accomplish in your life. Also, ask yourself what kind of daily life you would like to access. Do not hesitate to write your ideas and to refine them gradually. There is no right or wrong answer. Just be yourself and ignore completely others' opinions. Dare to aim for first place. Among the habits of successful people, dare to aim for first place. A proverb says that it is better to aim for the moon, so at least you will reach the stars. It is right. By setting prestigious goals, you will never lose. By believing in your dreams, you give them a chance to come true. The majority of people are afraid to undertake truly important projects. They prefer safety rather than passion. This is exactly why many people are not happy. Do not forget that your only limits are the ones you impose on yourself. Number 2. Set up an action plan. Operate in steps. Once you have defined your goals, the work is only beginning. Then you have to set up an action plan to achieve them. Successful people do not wait for success to come to them nonchalantly. They work on their field with ardor to get the fruits. However, the path to reach one's goals often seems long and full of obstacles. In order to avoid discouragement, it is preferable to divide each of your objectives into several small objectives. Working step by step enables to act gradually but effectively while remaining motivated. Indeed, each step passed is a small victory to savor. Cutting your objectives into several small objectives is also a way of acting in an organized way. It is easy to be submerged by what appears as a giant mission. Knowing what you have to do and in which order coordinates the process, which makes it much more fluid. Act a little every day. However, be careful. You will necessarily have days better than others. You know those mornings where you get up on the wrong side and you want to do nothing? They can seriously hinder your success. By letting go once, twice, then 3 times, you can quickly lose ground and become discouraged. So you'd better not obey that laziness and act a little bit every day. Successful people are always in movement. Of course, you have the right to be tired. It's human. However, even in difficult times, try at least to do a little something. Even if it is only a minimal task, it enables you to keep your hand in and go to bed with a clear conscience. Don't forget that the most important thing is not so much the quantity, but the regularity of the actions. Get up early. When the alarm rings, it is tempting to stay warm under the duvet. Getting up early is one of the habits of successful people. Morning times are indeed great times in terms of productivity. Many artists say they feel particularly inspired when they jump out of bed. Recent statistical studies tend to validate this feeling by saying that people who get up early succeed overall more than those who get up late. Waking up at dawn also enables you to start the day smoothly, and so to recharge your batteries fully. In the early morning, the whole world is still asleep and peace reigns. It's a special atmosphere full of promises. Finally, getting up early is a way to enjoy a full day and consequently to have much more time to work and also to afford small pleasures. Number 4. Stay motivated all the time. Remember why you're doing this. Despite all your efforts to avoid it, know that you will necessarily experience moments of doubt and discouragement. Do not judge yourself, it happens to everyone. In these moments of depression where you have the impression that nothing will ever work, cling to the meaning of your goals. Remember the reasons you wanted to achieve them. Visualize the future benefits it can bring you. Take the time to fully feel the sensations of well-being and excitement that it gives you. In the same way, do not hesitate to visualize what you would look like at the end. Acting in this way helps to regain strength. Boost your self-confidence. It is always good to remember how much you are able and how valuable you are. Trust and self-esteem are indeed two essential keys to success. Everyone has their own technique to develop and boost them. However, there are some simple and fun ways to help yourself. For example, you can repeat positive sentences daily. Examples, I love myself, or I am strong. It's up to you to make your imagination work and use the ones that are the most effective for you. It is also possible to write them and to display them at home. For example, on the fridge or on the mirror of your bathroom. The goal is to allow this information to soak up your daily in your unconscious. Know that the better self-image you have, the more you will be able to effectively mobilize your resources. Number 5. Be positive. What is the law of attraction? All is energy. The law of attraction is based on this statement. Supporters of this energetic theory claim that we unconsciously attract what we think about. So if we emit negative vibrations, we will experience negative events, and vice versa. The vibration of an individual is in a way its energy imprint. The latter can change up or down depending on its deep state. Use the law of attraction. In the current spiritual movements, some say that it is enough to speak or think positively to obtain a positive vibration. But things are not so simple. If words and thoughts can actually help, they are not ends in no instance. To use the law of attraction wisely, it is better to work what is called root thinking. Root thinking is the thought behind the thought. It is possible to modify it by dismantling its limiting beliefs. A concrete situation will allow you to better understand the concept. Many people claim they want to be rich, but at the same time, they have negative thoughts about money. For example, they think money makes you bad, or they think they do not deserve to get a lot of money. By thinking this, they block without realizing the realization of their desire and even attract the opposite. We all have limiting beliefs. These ones are generally very anchored inside us. They come from our experiences, our education, or simply from the society in which we live. It's interesting to spot and work on them to observe the changes in our lives. Number 6. Bounce back after a failure. Change your perception of failure. Many people mistakenly perceive failure as a fatality. So when they fail, they lose all their self-confidence and give up on their goals. Yet failures are not only inevitable, but also great sources of learning. Errors make it possible to learn essential lessons for the future. Every experience, even if it ends badly, is worth living. Nobody has the ability to succeed all the time, even those who tend to show you the opposite. Know that what you perceive from others is actually the facade of what they want to show. You would be surprised if you could get into their intimacy and perceive their many torments. Failing is simply something inherent to the human condition, so it is better to accept it humbly and to make the best of it rather than lose your energy in fighting against the inevitable. Use failure wisely. Bouncing back after a failure is indisputably part of the habits of successful people. If everybody gave up after the first difficulty, nobody would be successful. By being able to bounce back after a fall, you make sure you experience a constant evolution. There is nothing worse than to stagnate in your path and to mope in your misfortune. You want something? Act. No matter what pitfalls you encounter and scratches you will get, move on without stopping. Remember that often. The last key of the keychain is the one which opens the door. So stay motivated in all circumstances. Number 7. Ban procrastination. Use efficient methods. Everybody procrastinates from time to time. However, putting off what you can do today until later generates an accumulation of unpleasant work. Faced with these chores waiting, it is not unusual to feel overwhelmed and to give way to discouragement. That's why successful people generally ban procrastination from their lives. Of course, getting rid of this bad habit is not easy. Fortunately, there are some simple methods to get there. For example, it is possible to list the tasks you have to do and distribute them intelligently on different days. If you know in advance you have some busy days, schedule quick and easy tasks. In this way, you set yourself achievable goals and you keep your pace in all circumstances. Likewise, when you have to get to work, banish anything that might distract you in your surroundings, or things which will make you want to do something else. For example, turn off your mobile phone to avoid new notifications. Rest from time to time. Be careful, refusing procrastination does not mean that you cannot rest. Resourcing is essential for the proper functioning of a human being. Sometimes your most important mission is just to take some time for yourself. We live in a productivist society that tends to make people who give themselves few moments of calm feel guilty. Returning to oneself is not a waste of time, but a sustainable investment. Indeed, resting and relaxing are essential for the proper functioning of physical and psychic abilities. Feel free to turn to activities such as meditation, sophrology, or yoga. Number 8. Get inspired by others. Do not be jealous foolishly. When a person owns what we would love to get or does what we would like to do, we tend to be jealous. Indeed, the desire is so strong that it turns into frustration. Jealousy is human, yet it is counterproductive. By doing so, you will not only be unfair, but also drown in negative feelings such as anger, sadness, or helplessness. Know that you have the power to apprehend the world differently. To do so, you just have to make yourself aware of your responsibilities. Stop perceiving yourself constantly as a victim. Become an actor of your existence. In this way, watching successful people will become a source of inspiration and motivation for you. When you feel jealous of someone, try to analyze the situation deeply. Ask yourself what skills does this person have and you would like to have too. Jealousy can be used as a good indicator of the qualities to develop within yourself. Drawing your inspiration from somebody else is not copying. Remember that there is a fundamental difference between copying and being inspired by somebody. To copy is to foolishly reproduce something, while being inspired by someone favors creation. Literally imitating others without any understanding is not an issue. This attitude would not make any sense. A copy never equals the original. It would be a shame to become the shadow of somebody else, wouldn't it? Each person has specific qualities to bring to the world. The idea is to learn how to use yours. You should only use the success of others to encourage you and to guide you on your own path. It is also recommended to draw your inspiration from different people. Take from everybody only the elements that seem interesting to you. Number 9. Surround yourself well. See people who pull you up. The people you see on a regular basis have a great influence on your state of mind. Unconsciously, we tend to bow to the implicit rules of a group. For this reason, it is important to deal with positive people. Positive people are those who pull you up in all circumstances. These are people who have qualities that you would like to have, and usually people who succeed thanks to having these same qualities. Of course, there are a number of people that you have to deal with without having the choice. For example, at work or at a family meal. These will not be particularly harmful if you do not give them any particular importance, but it is necessary to be selective when it comes to choosing those to whom you give permission to enter fully into your life, among others, for friendly or loving relationships. Having trusty relatives to count on. Another particularly important point is to surround yourself with people you trust. That is to say, people who can be there for you even in the most difficult moments. It is a question of choosing people who have human qualities and who are able to appreciate you as you are. The support of those we love is essential to move calmly in life, and therefore to undertake major projects. Man is above all a social being. The sincere and warm human contacts are the best antidepressants. Number 10. Heal your wounds. To summarize personal development in a few words, we could say it is the process of becoming a better version of oneself. Personal development is not about changing you, it's about allowing you to make the most of yourself. You have to go through darker phases to discover your hidden potential. These are moments of introspection during which you will have to heal the wounds that prevent you from advancing effectively. From pregnancy to adulthood, we all experience various experiences that could be described as positive or negative. These leave undeniable traces. They shape your way of apprehending the world. And sometimes it is necessary to modify the links made unconsciously by your brain to fully flourish. There is no single method to do so. Hypnosis, meditation, sophrology, magnetism, psychophony, or behavioral and cognitive therapy. The means are various. It's up to everyone to choose the one that suits the best. It should be noted that it is also possible to use different tools. They are even sometimes complementary. Number 11. Never rest on your laurels. One of the most common mistakes made by successful people is to rest on their laurels. By thinking that everything is acquired, we stop cultivating our success. However, success is not something that you hold for life, unlike something you can buy. No, success requires daily maintenance. It takes time, imagination, energy, and motivation to constantly renew itself. When you reach your goals, do not think the course is over. Work to maintain them and enlarge the scope of your ambitions. Number 12. Think about being happy here and now. No one really knows what tomorrow will be like. From one day to the next, everything can collapse. We have already seen people losing everything or winning everything. Life is only moments, and the wheel of fortune turns constantly. It is essential to be aware of the benefits we have today to fully savor them. We often tend to view our benefits as granted. Be aware, though, that if you are healthy, have a roof over your head, and food in your fridge, you are already luckier than a large part of the world's population. Success is also being able to reconnect with the simplest happiness. To do so, it is essential to be fully anchored in the moment and to let go. Despite all our efforts, we cannot fully control destiny. The true secret of success is at the same time giving the best of yourself to achieve your goals, and at the same time to accept and adapt to the hazards of life. The day you will manage to handle this middle ground, you will be one of the winners of this world. If you liked this video, please like, share, comment, and especially subscribe to the channel. You are also free to receive the new book, 7 Secrets to Change Your Life Now, by clicking on the link in the description below the video.